The New York Giants lose to the Denver Broncos 33-32. A game that you once led 19-0 and you choked it away. There's so many reasons that you lost this football game, but I think it just boils down to this. You did not have a kicker that is worthy of being in the National Football League. Jude McAdamy, it's not your fault. You're an international pathway player program. The Giants entered a football game with an international player pathway program kicker, and they lost because of it. He missed not one, but 2 PATs. You score with Jaxson Dart with under a minute to go up by 6, or to go up by 2, should have been 3, but you missed the PAT. And then we know what happens because we're all Giants fans. The story has been written like this our entire lives. Your defense collapses and you give up a game-winning field goal with under 40 seconds to go. Joe Shane, you should publicly apologize to every single New York Giants fan because you went into a game again with a massive issue at kicker. You've done it 3 times with Graham Gano, and again, it cost you a win today because you rolled with an international player pathway program guy as your kicker. Joe Shane, you should have an emergency press conference and apologize to every single player on the Giants and people that support the Giants. An absolute fucking joke. Joe Shane, you are terrible at your job, and now you're the reason. The GM, that should never happen. The GM is the reason that you lost another football game. 2 for 4 on PATs. It's not your fault. You're not qualified. You're not qualified for this job, Jude McAdamy. You let Joe Shane control the Giants. So you lose, and you lose. Oh, and go back to game 2 of the season. How'd you lose that game? You had the ball up with under a minute to go, and Shane Bowen plays prevent defense. You built this pass rush, and you only rush 3. And what happens? Big play into field goal range. Ball game over. You never put your nuts on the table. You hope to back into wins. You should have fired Shane Bowen after week 2. You didn't, and now you got to pay the piper. You lost. You lost because of personnel decisions. You lost because of Joe Shane, and you lost because of Shane Bowen. He doesn't put your defense in the spot to win games when crunch time is here. You lost week 2. You lose today. You lost because of Joe Shane. He didn't have a kicker earlier in the year, and he doesn't have a kicker again. An international pathway player as your fucking kicker. Joe Shane, you're a fucking joke of a general manager. A joke. You once again caused your team to lose the game. How many times is your GM going to lose you the game because he doesn't put a fucking kicker on the team that can win it? You're a fucking joke, Joe Shane. Unreal, man. Unreal. You didn't fire Shane Bowen, lost week 2, lost today. You continue to employ Joe Shane, who doesn't prioritize special teams, and you lose. And you lose. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. You blow Jaxson Dart's first game-winning drive. Was it pretty? No. It was actually a disgusting drive. They got bailed out by a couple of flags. The NFL gave you the game for the taking. And Joe Shane said, watch this, I got Jude McAdamy. Prevent defense and Jude fucking McAdamy. And again, it's not your fault, Jude. If they put me at the kicker, it wouldn't be my fault because I'm not qualified. You're not qualified, and it's okay. But your check will clear. Oh, my God, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The people in charge that run this team cost you another football game. Another one. That's the worst loss I've seen in the regular season for the Giants. Ever? 19-0 with 2:41 left to play in the third quarter. 19-0 with 2:41 left to play in the third quarter. And you lost. I mean, that's a heartbreaking loss. You had an opportunity to not only win this football game, but turn this season around. And you didn't, because your GM is Joe Shane, who employs Shane Bowen, and your GM also employs Jude fucking McAdamy. 2 PATs. I'm not asking for anything that every other team doesn't succeed at. Don't allow points when there's 30 seconds left and to make PATs. Shane Bowen said, we would have liked to play tighter coverage on that last drive against the Dallas Cowboys. Well, Shane Bowen, you got the exact same opportunity 5 weeks later, and you didn't change. You are doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and you're expecting different results. You're insane, and you're a terrible defensive coordinator. 33 points to the Denver Broncos. You don't deserve to win. Players deserve a lot of blame, too. Giants' defense was a fucking joke in the second half. They should be embarrassed. You got your ass kicked by Bo fucking Nix. You should be embarrassed with the performance that you put on. You were tired. You were huffing and puffing. Brian Burns, I love you, buddy. How do you not get back on sides after the play to Cortland Sutton? Unreal, man. Did Dexter Lawrence play football today? I mean, he wasn't even in on the final drive. If he is, he doesn't see him ever. I didn't see Abdul Carter on the final drive either. It's hard to overcome bad management, and then it's hard to overcome not getting your best players on the field. It's that simple. Jaxson Dart, first game winning drive. Ruined. Another game in the fourth quarter where you go blow for blow and you lose because of Joe Shane and Shane Bowen. That's about as bad as a loss as you'll get. This should be a moment that we're celebrating. The first Jaxson Dart game-winning drive. And we're not. Because we don't have a kicker that can make a PAT. And we don't have a defensive coordinator that knows how to take the life out of a team. You think Vance Joseph and the Broncos defense would have sat back and prevent defense? No, they didn't. Teams were 1,062-0 when leading by 18 with 6 minutes left. And we all knew that they were going to do this. Second time this year, the New York Giants are the first team to lose a game in the way that they lost the game. You are making history when it comes to losing games. It's unreal. Thanks, Joe. Loss is on you. Again. Unbelievable. Giants lose 32-33. You're 2-5. And now you got to go play the Eagles again. Thanks, Joe.